Okay, this video is going to review how to solve an equation. There's more than one way you can do it, but here's one option, okay, this 5-step process. The first thing you will do is you will distribute. And remember that distribute means to multiply. Now, you'll only need to do this if you see a set of parentheses with a number right outside of it and nothing in between the parenthesis and the number. If there's nothing there, there's an understood multiplication sign. So I'm going to multiply, that's what distribute means, this -3 times each of the terms inside of the parentheses. So -3 times x is -3x. Then I'm going to do -3 times 4, and I'm going to get -12. I've still got the 5x plus 4 on this side. Nothing's happened with it. So all I did was distribute into the parentheses. Step 2 tells me that I am going to combine like terms. Now on this step, you look at each individual side. Do I have any like terms here? Well, I've got an x term and I've got a constant. So those are not like terms, so no like terms to combine there. Then I'll look on the other side. I have an x term and a constant. Again, these will not combine. So when you do step 2 that says to combine like terms, you look at the individual sides to see if there's anything you can combine together within that side, okay? All right, so we're moving on now to step 3 because there weren't any like terms. Step 3 is to get all variables on one side. If you notice, I've got an x term right here, okay, and I've got an x term right here. So if I want to get both of those on the same side of the equal sign. So I'm going to move this x term over there to be with that x term. Now, when I do that, if it's a positive 5x, to get it to cancel from that side, I'd use a -5x. And why do I do that? Well, because 5x minus 5x cancels to make 0, so it would disappear from that side. The rule is, though, what we do to one side of this equal sign, we have to make sure we come over here and do on the other side of the equal sign. So now, -3x minus 5x, -3 minus 5 is -8x, minus 12, equals, remember we said that makes 0, so I'm just going to cross through it, and I'm going to bring down that 4. Okay, next step from here is I'm going to undo any addition or subtraction. So here is where I'm working to try to get this x that's right here by itself. Okay, I've got to get that x by itself. So first I look on that side with x, do I see any addition or subtraction? And in this case I see a -12. So I need to get rid of that. So to make it cancel, I would use the opposite, +12. If I do that to one side, I'm going to do that to the other. So I've got the -8x. Those 12s make a 0, so it cancels from this side. And on the right side, 4 plus 12 is 16. All right, from there, I've got to finish solving by getting rid of that -8 that's attached to the x. Well, if you don't see a symbol in between, it's understood to be multiplication. And that's what step 5 says to do, is to undo multiplication or division. In this case, we have multiplication. So to undo that multiplication, the opposite of multiplying is to divide. So I divide by -8. If I do it to one side, I come over here and do it to the other. -8 divided by -8 gives me positive 1x. Okay, and I don't have to write the 1 in front of the x if I don't want to, but I can if I'd like. Okay, so 1x equals 16 divided by -8, which is -2. And so that is my final answer.